Ladies and gentlemen, the Pegasus World Cup, Gulfstream, Hallandale, Florida, 5:40 Eastern. And before they say they're off, Dave Pasquale joins me right now to preview the race that has $16 million on the line. The race is a mile and an eighth. It's the final race for Gun Runner, but there are some X factors, and let's get to a few of them. A horse named Toast of New York, who's only had one start in 3 years. Tell me about Toast of New York. Dave Pasquale on the AT&T Sports Line.
Robbie, Saturday's a great day for thoroughbred horse racing. This is a $16 million race, the richest race in the world, and it's the second running of the Pegasus World Cup. Toast of New York, as you say, he's had only one start in 3 years, but it's amazing that he comes off of a 3-year layoff and comes out and wins the first time he gets on the racetrack again. He ran in 2014, he ran second to Bayern in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and he got a buyer rating for that race of 113, which is a big buyer rating. And I think winning this first race out, I think he has to be considered in the Pegasus. I don't know that he can win it, but he looks like a horse that can be around for part of the exotics.
All right, we also have Fear the Cowboy, purchased for a mere $1,500, now a contender in this race. Tell me about Fear the Cowboy, David.
Well, if I were to pick a horse to finish last, that would probably be the horse.
Okay, we move on. Gun Runner, obviously the favorite, going to be the horse of the year for 2017 in the final race for this great athlete. Let's talk Gun Runner.
Gun Runner is a tremendous athlete. I'm very conservative when it comes to picking or saying the horse is a great horse. This is a great horse. 18 starts, 11 wins, 3 places, and 2 shows. Not bad. He's won over almost just about $9 million. Runs with buyers up around 117, 115. Ridden by Florent Giroux, a French kid, and trained by Steve Asmussen. He'll go off right now. The morning line on him is 4 to 5. He'll probably go off at somewhere around there, either 4 to 5 or even money, something like that. And he's going to be hard to beat. All
right, let's talk West Coast. What can you tell me about West Coast, Dave Pasquale?
Well, as I said, Gun Runner's going to be hard to beat. But if there's a horse that can beat him, it looks as though West Coast might be the one. He's had 9 starts. He wins 6 times, places twice, and shows once. So he's in the money. No worse than third in all 9 of his races. Wins about a little over $2 million, and runs with buyers around 112, 107. He'll be ridden by Javier Castellano. He's a Bob Baffert horse. Bob Baffert trained and going off at 8 to 1. Yeah, he does have a shot. I think he will at least he probably will be in the exotics, first, second, or third.
Stellar Win, Dave.
Stellar Win, only female horse in the race, and a great female horse. 16 starts, wins 10 of them, has won $2.25 million. But she's running with the boys, and I don't know that she's going to be capable in this particular race. She's ridden by Joel Rosario, and she's a Chad Brown trained horse, and I like Chad Brown. He knows what he's doing, and this horse just went over to Chad Brown's blind. Right now, the morning line on Stellar Wind is 30 to 1. Gunnavera, again, hard knocker, has 14 starts, 5 wins, has won $1.5 million, runs with buyers around 109, 104, ridden by Luis Saez, a very good jockey, and trained by Antonio Sano. This horse is a deep closer. For the first 3/4 of a mile, he'll look like a dead loser because he's going to be running in the back of the pack. He'll be running either last or next to last. He'll make his move around the 3/8 pole. That's the far turn. And by the top of the stretch, if he's in 4th place by the top of the stretch, he's got a very good chance to upset Gun Runner in this race.
All right, Collected, trained by Bob Baffert. Collected,
again, a fine horse. He's got 13 starts, 8 wins. He's won over $2.3 million. Runs with buyers in the 101, 114, 115 range. Ridden by Mike Smith, Hall of Famer. And as you said, trained by Bob Baffert. He's running at his morning line is 8 to 1. Collected he'll be in the mix, and probably again a good shot at being part of the exotics.
War Story.
War Story's I really like this horse. He's you know, he doesn't win all that often. He's had 24 starts. He wins 5 of them. But he's won $1.6 million, which is pretty darn good for only winning 5 races. He's ridden by Jose Ortiz, a very good jockey, and trained by Jorge Navarro, an extremely good trainer. His morning line is 25 to 1. Look for War Story to be closing late, and does have a chance to get 3rd or 4th.
Giant Expectations, David.
Giant Expectations coming off of a win. In his last out, he's ridden by Gary Stevens, trained by Peter Yurton. 15 starts, he wins 4 of them. If I had a horse that I thought would finish next to last, or second to last, I think it would be Giant Expectations.
Seeking the Soul.
Seeking the Soul is an interesting horse. He's had 17 starts with 5 wins, 3 places, and 5 shows. He's won. His earnings is about $550,000. Last buyers, 2 buyers were 103 and 103. He's ridden by one of my favorite jockeys, J.R. Velasquez, trained by Dallas Stewart, coming off a win in the Clark, which is a Grade 1 race out of Churchill Downs, where he beat some very good horses. Seeking the Soul, I don't think he can win it, but here again, I think he'll be around has a shot at being part of the Superfecta.
Sharp Azteca.
I like this horse. Sharp Azteca, here again, one of the horses that I think can beat Gun Runner. He's had 16 starts. He wins 8. He's placed 5 times. He's won $1.75 million. He's got a 115 bar and 107 in his last 2 races. Ridden by Irad Ortiz Jr., extremely good jockey, and again trained by Jorge Navarro. He's got two horses in the race.
All right, Singing Bullet.
Singing Bullet. Again, he's going to be trailing. He should be in the last 3 or 4 horses. Finish in the last 3 or 4.
All right, now, how do you see this race unfolding, and who do you predict winning the Pegasus World Cup Saturday at Gulfstream?
Yeah, well, I think Collected is going to be out first. West Coast will be pressing that pace, and Gun Runner, I think, Gun Runner's in a 10-hole, and that's not a good place to be. Although he's such a good horse, he probably can overcome that. But he's got to do it by the time he gets to the clubhouse turn. If he doesn't, he could sacrifice maybe 5-6 lengths, and that's going to be tough to make up if, in fact, he does do that. But I see those three horses going for the early lead. That's Collected, West Coast, and Gun Runner. Deep closers like Gunnavera, Toast in New York should be in mid-pack. War Story again in mid-pack and will close. And I think Seeking the Soul should run mid-pack. But at the top of the stretch, they're going to have to run down Sharp Azteca, Gun Runner, West Coast, and Collected. Those 4 horses should be right on the lead at the top of the stretch, and then look out for Gunnavera to come late. I think this horse may have a good shot to win this race. If there has to be a fast pace though. If it's a slow pace early, then he's got no shot. But if they're running fractions around 45 seconds for the half mile and about 110 or a little bit sharper than that, 109 and 4. For the 3/4 mile, Gunnavera has a good shot to win it, and I think I will use him on top, thinking that might be the case.
Dave Pasquale on the AT&T Sports Line talking thoroughbred horse racing from the home office. Your Pratt Pack saying good night.